everybody, and welcome back to the Three Stitches podcast. Yeah, that should be better. My name is Lindsay. Lindy on Plurk, knitting Doink on Ravelry. It gets hard keeping track of your alter egos. So I'd say alter identities. That wouldn't make any sense, but that's me, and it is 6 here. So yeah, I wouldn't count on anything being coherent. I'm back in the dorms. So like last time we said, last of the guest stars, I'm all by my lonesome, unless my roommate walks in, which is a distinct possibility since her schedule is being thrown around for today due to an orgo test tomorrow. So wish her good luck tomorrow, because oh man, you could not pay me to take that class. No way. I mean, I hated high school chemistry, so me taking orgo would it would be hilarious. It really would be. So where was I going with all that? I don't know. So yes, I am back in my dorm. As my Plurk friends are aware, which you can befriend me on Plurk. I would love to be your friend on Plurk. I've got a bunch of fans, which is kind of cool, but I mean, it's really kind of cool. I've got a fan club. I've got an entourage. I know. It's great. Go internet for boosting everybody's ego, making you think you're actually important in the grand scheme of life. So yeah, there's my belittling, make you feel small in the world talk. I lost my train of thought, if I ever had one, which I don't think I did. This week didn't actually get much knitting done, which is slightly surprising, slightly not when I get farther into my crafting ramble, which will take a while, usually does. So I had a bunch of stuff going on this week, and it's food to be honest. There's energy today. I have to duct tape my hands to the desk, but then I'd be moving it around trying to move my hands. So if you want to, you can send me a straight jacket for when I'm podcasting. So yeah, that would work kind of well. I'm still doing it. Goodness gracious. For my birthday next year, all of my podcasting friends, or all my visitors, or viewers, my visitors. I've never gotten a visitor once. No one's actually come here to visit me. They've come for my roommate every now and again, and our RA, such as he is, sometimes comes down and do checks, which has been maybe twice. So yeah, never had a visitor, which, I don't know, it's kind of one of those weird things that you think about. More one of the weird things I think about. I don't know if you do, but I do. So my knitting. Didn't get much done just because I had a lot of stuff going on. I had a few quizzes, assignments, all that kind of stuff. And so it all just kind of piled up, everyone's okay, I'm back from spring break, back to the grind nice and fast. So it was just one of those, okay, I gotta get going kind of thing. If you've ever had one of those. So, good news is, the airport gave me a lot of knitting time, which means, for my still yet unnamed shawl, I have to name this sucker, I really do. But, I have doubled my progress. And more than doubled my progress. But that's not really saying much since it's only been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've done more than I thought. 5 repeats. And I'll show you guys in just a sec. I'm just having fun going. Yeah. I had dessert today. Can you tell? Oh, the frosting went to my head. Which is where it normally goes. But it isn't saying much. But in the grand scheme of things, it actually is a lot because with the way it was constructed, I didn't start out with most shawls, if it's a triangle, you start out with 2, 4, 5, 7 stitches, and then it just gets bigger and bigger from there. I started out with 7 stitches, and then I started, where did I start? Just follow the gesso string. Yeah, I started right here. I worked all the way down to wherever, and then I stopped, I turned, I picked up stitches, and then I had like 97 on my needle to start with. So I started at a good portion of it, which was, I mean, I will do another shawl like this. Right now, it's fun. I mean, it's new, it's different, and I love the pattern too. So, again, it's getting a bit big for my small circular, but I probably won't change it until I absolutely have to, if I'm like losing stitches like this, which has happened. And I mean, I was using straights one time. I was doing a shawl on, I think it was these needles, which this drawer is always a mess. Always, always, always. I just cleaned it at the beginning of the week. I did. I swear to you I did. But then I had to start a preemie hat, which, I did more knitting than I thought. And, I forgot about these too. See, that's why I opened the drawers, because I forgot about some finished objects. Are these finished objects? Yes, they are. So, I was doing a shawl on these needles, and the little box that I keep them in to keep them safe is starting to... So, yes, I was doing a shawl on these, which are lovely to work with, but you can only fit a certain amount on there before you can't really push them on. They start to go, like, pop off everywhere. So needless to say, I had to move to a circular after that. But I wanted to use my 8s, and they are wonderful to work with. I love them. I got them for Christmas, which I think you've seen them. But, if not, I love these. But, better pull that out too. Needles are flying everywhere. It's like a constant state in my dorm. So yes, this is my Midnight Sonata shawl. It is, this is the right side. And I'm going to stretch it out a bit because this is going to have to get severely blocked just because of the way the pattern is. So there's one repeat right there. Gotta try and manipulate this. Yes. So it goes like that. And it is a lot of fun. I don't know why. It's a lot of fun. Yes, that's in my school bag. It is in my witch's bag, like usual. This is like my project to go to class with. Just stays in my bag. It chills. So the other projects that I've been working on, I technically have cast it on for another project, but I've already finished that project technically just because it's a preemie hat. So yeah, I mean, I did it in one sitting. Surprise, surprise, I know. But I think I did it in like less than one episode of Castle, which, yeah. So I just have to do the top, which I always find that that's the one thing that stalls me, is doing the top. And it's one of the easiest things you can do. I mean, it's faster than casting on. But I always end up like, I finished it, shove it in the drawer. And so I always finish the top of it when I need to cast on for another one. Always the way it ends up. Like at one point I got so lazy I was putting hats on stitch holders. So I had like about 5 hats sitting on one stitch holder just because I did not want to finish the tops. Yeah, it was terrible. And so like the one time when I had to like give them away, it was like I spent like forever leaving in tags and finishing the tops of them. So I learned now that I am not going to leave them on stitch holders. I have to finish them. But that also is not an incentive to finish them or to do another preemie hack. It's like, that's just the top. Yeah, I know. It's my weird logic and stuff. That's kind of fun. It's like woohoo, woohoo. All right. Yes. So that is my preemie hat. I love the color too. It is really kind of pretty. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if I'm like, yeah, look at the color here. It's very pretty, very pretty, very pretty. What yarn it is, I don't know. It's acrylic. That's all I know. It was a scrap in the bin. And so instead of throwing it away, we're like, I'll bring it for preemie hats. Because no matter how many projects I bring to school, I'm always stuck at the end of the semester going, I must make preemie hat last. Have no more knitting. Yeah. And with all that, the melodramatics that you just saw. And more sometimes when it gets really desperate. You can see me going, one stitch, okay, gotta wait a minute. Okay, another stitch. Just trying to milk it as long as I can. But that's that. So, my other finished project. I finally finished my, I don't know why, but for some reason, I had to say every word in that sentence in a different key. But I finished. Now I have to say it with pause in between, I can't just speak in normal sentences. I have to, okay. I'm like analyzing my speech patterns as I'm speaking. Yeah, that's what this week has reduced me to. So, I have finished my socks. And I love doing this with socks, and I don't know why. Maybe it was growing up with Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop and Charlie Horse, and the other one's going to come to me. Lamb Chop, Charlie Horse, and I can see his face, but I can't remember. Bugger. Okay, the other member of the other puppet from Lamb Chop's Play Along. Yeah, now they got like weird noses. But yes. So these are my socks. They are all finished. This is the one I finished because it got the longer tag. I think I might have shown you guys. Did I show you guys? I don't know. That's kind of weird. But then again, I don't watch my own podcast, well, for good reasons. And I wrote up the show notes right after we podcasted, so I don't remember. But if you haven't seen it, this is the other sock. I'm trying to remember, because I was turning the heel at the fish fry. So, no, you haven't seen the finished ones. Because unless I jumped in a time machine and brought my finished product back to podcast with, you haven't seen it. So, it just took me a while to think that through. And what a thinking through it did, because it involved time travel. So, yes. Total flashback to Penny from The Big Bang Theory talking about the time machine in the movie that the guys bought. Yeah, such a great episode. What the episode name? I don't remember. All I can remember Penny saying is, it looks like something Elton John would drive through the Everglades. And I love that quote. It's like one of my favorite quotes from Penny. But, yes. This is the finished sock. And I say finished in quotation marks because, as you can see, I have yet to turn down the whatchamajigger. Which is like pulling teeth to get done. I hate doing finishing. I really do. It's like picking up for edging on like sweaters and stuff. Oh man. So annoying. Always. So, yeah. So those are my socks. They are now done, and they actually look pretty similar too. I mean, check that out. For a ball of variegated yarn, they come out really pretty similar. Amazing. Cast on the same number of stitches, on the same needles, for the same amount, the same yarn, and they turn out almost the same. It's amazing. Threshold of excitement. Oh, very high today. Yes. Okay. So, I have not cast it on for another large project yet. And why, you may ask? I have nothing to do while I'm sitting at my desk. Well, because another project has been calling to me. And I felt very guilty leaving for spring break a little bit before because I hadn't touched it for a while. And it was in my desk calling me, and I was like, no, shut up, I'm doing another project. In just that manner, mind you. So, I finally listened. I opened up my desk drawer, and I brought out and got a lot done on my butterfly monstrosity. And I should probably take this out because I finished a color, but I didn't put the color away, and it's going to fall out, and it's on pink string, but I know it will get lost on the floor somehow. I'd go like totally colorblind at this point and totally lose it. And I know my roommate would find it at 3 in the morning when she was still up at 3 in the morning last night. Well, this morning, actually. Woke me up, too. Yeah. I woke up right as she was going to bed. Very weird. And I was very restless last night, too. Could not fall asleep to save my life. But, back to my project. I have pulled back out the butterfly monstrosity. And if you remember it from last time, yeah, it got a lot done. I mean, it got a lot done. You can take my word for that. I mean, it got all of that done, which, I mean, I love these two colors together. I think that looks so pretty. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think it just looks gorgeous. But I got, like, all of that done in there, too. And, like, all of the other colors in, like, the landscape, I got done. Other than, like, the blues and greens. And not even all the greens. But, just about to say something. But, oh, I now know why I wasn't getting much done on it. Because my previous, I guess, theory, or MO going about it, mode of operation. But, I watch way too many crime shows, it's scary. But, usually what I would do is, like, I would look at a section that I haven't done and go, okay, I think I'll do that color, because there's a lot of it. And so whenever I'd get, like, all the big chunks out, I'd be looking at it going, okay, I could do that color, or I could do that color, or I could do that color. And I got to the point where I'd sit there for, like, 5-10 minutes going, okay, what color am I going to do? I could do that one. No, I should do that one. Oh, but I could do that one over there. And so this week, when I would pick it up, I would go, okay, I've got all of this done. I'd, like, look at it and be like, okay, I got all of that done, so I need that spot. So I'm going to grab that spot's color, and I'm going to work on that color. So, yes, so I got a lot done. I mean, I got a lot done. And it's looking really nice. I do like it a lot. I do. So, yes, that is the one project I've been working on a whole lot. So, yes. And, my, kind of like two weird thoughts. Well, one weird thought, one, I don't know what you call it. But, okay, I'm just going to go on with this. I have the stack of papers in front of me, which I was going to talk about just because, well, they're there and kind of interesting. So, as Mom may or may not have told you, although she didn't podcast on Monday, which I thought was rather convenient. Maybe she was in mourning because I left the day before. That's what it was. She was in mourning of my absence. She was in mourning. But she couldn't face podcasting alone. It was just too much for her to bear. So, before I left, which she had a fit about doing this. I mean, goodness gracious. You didn't think she would be whiny, but she was while she was doing this. I gave her, I should probably show you this, because this is the one that she filled out. I gave her a copy of the NEO FFM test, which my professor gave me, gave all of us, and we have to have two people, I should probably put that away, that know us well, fill it out, which, I decided to pick family, and I picked a friend. So I may give Catherine one just for goodness to see how screwed up she thinks I am, but, so I gave one to my roomie, and I gave one to Mom. And it tested for 5 different areas of personality. It tested neuroticism, which is, if you're high on neuroticism, you have, like, a very low ability to control your emotions. You, like, step on a bug and you're, like, in tears. So, that's neuroticism. Then there's extroversion, which kind of goes without saying, but it's like you're, kind of, happy, love people kind of bit. Openness to experience, which goes without saying, agreeableness, and conscientiousness. And so the one really, really interesting point was both my roommate and Mom gave me the exact same score on conscientiousness, and I thought it was really, really funny that when I scored it, they differed in one question. And did they? Let me see. Yes, they differed in one question. And they said that I was like really, really, really high. They were like, they knocked like 1 point off. I was like 1 point away on both of them from getting a perfect score. So according to them, I'm incredibly conscientious. But the really wild thing I found was they all thought I was a whole lot better of a person than I think I am. Like on every single score. Like I had to take it and then these 2 people took it. I really must hate myself internally because on everything, I thought I was really, really high on neuroticism. Well, not high, I was average. They said I was low, which I was glad they said I was low because I don't want to be one of those people that break into tears just because, something happens, just because a leaf falls off a branch. But on everything else, they were consistent. They both thought that I was, how do I say this? they both agreed, and I was always like either like one higher or one lower. Like if they thought I was average, you know, I thought I was low. Or if they thought I was, you know, very high, I thought I was average. Yeah. So apparently they think I'm a much better person, which is good, because when I was filling this out and when I got the results, I'm like, I'm really high on neuroticism, and, you know, I was low on extroversion, which I knew I was low on extroversion. I think what they put me as average, I thought they were like really like sugarcoating it. But yeah. So I'm like really wittering on about this. You'd think this is like the end of the world. But yes. So apparently my mom holds me in high esteem, which would be kind of weird if she didn't. But yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but yes. So I took that, and so, yeah. Other people like me more than I like myself, so everything's normal. Putting that away before I just keep talking about random stuff that nobody cares about. I think I'm out of stuff. Oh, I was gonna apologize to everybody, because I realized as I was leaving for breakfast this morning, or sometime like early this morning, you know, I think I was walking to breakfast, and I looked down, I'm like, oh, I didn't like look down, I was just like, oh, I'm wearing my musical white shirt, I'm wearing my Hanson, my needles came out, you know, I'm wearing my Hanson concert t-shirt, woohoo, and I'm like, wait, I was thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna podcast in this shirt, I love this shirt, I'm gonna podcast in this shirt. I podcasted in this shirt last week, too. Oh. So I promise you I do have more of a wardrobe. I really do. I didn't realize I had done it either. It's just like one of those things where I was like looking at my closet, like I think yesterday or the day before, I'm like, oh, I'll wear this today. And I'll wear that tomorrow, too, because, you know, I'm getting down on laundry, and I'm going to do it on Saturday. And so I had like a choice of like 2, 3 shirts. I'm like, here's a t-shirt. And wasn't until after I'm just like, oh, I don't really want to change. So I promise you this is a new episode. I promise you all these ramblings are completely original ramblings. Completely original. And if I haven't proved that before, I realized this week that my chapstick is defective. It's totally cockeyed. I mean, look at that. The center thing that keeps, like, winds it up and down, it's like totally cockeyed. Isn't that the weirdest thing ever? Totally defective. Just totally get my money back. But I doubt they would. I mean, especially for a cheap chapstick that I got at the impulse aisle in the C-store on campus. So I'm sure they just look at me and be like, try again, honey. Yeah, that would be my luck. Yeah. I totally like dropped up at like 3 keys there too in my trying to think. I think that is everything. I totally felt like tour guide Barbie there at the end of Toy Story. I was like, is everybody gone? Is everybody gone? Oh, I can't keep smiling like this. Totally what I felt like. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Yeah, okay. Even McGillicuddy's giving me that look. Yeah. McGillicuddy. My purple, cute, rather dopey-necked dragon. Isn't he so cute, though? He is. This is McGillicuddy. I gotta, like, restuff his neck. Looks like he, like, broke it. Like, I've got a bobblehead stuffed animal. Think about that. Whenever I'm having, like, a bad day, or whenever I'm talking to myself, it was just like, yep, So whatever I do, it's always right in his eyes. Oh dear, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Okay. Yes. And there's a little witch. It's getting weird. But yes. I put him in my suitcase and brought him back with me. Oh, he's so cute. Yes. I no longer have my Webkinz account, but I still have my little Webkin. Because he's adorable. How many other places can you get a purple dragon with a tongue sticking out? I mean, really. And it's purple for everything. Purple. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to sign off before I scare you even more. So, with that, I will sign off. If you haven't noticed from the 3 other times I mentioned that. But yes, I am going to say goodbye. Yeah. So, I don't know what episode this is. I was totally supposed to tell you that, wasn't I? Just give me a second. That's why I keep my computer up. That's why it sits right here. Oh, excuse me. It wouldn't be a podcast after dinner if I didn't burp in your face. It wouldn't be. That'll be like my catchphrase. Some people have like this little, like, nice little saying that they have. Some people, have like a thing they do. I burp in your face. Yeah. Think about that. What a lady. What a lady. But yeah. So, that's it for me. This is the end of episode 28. Although it never was officially the beginning of it, but I'm ending it. I'm ending what I didn't start. If that makes any sense whatsoever. This is the end of episode 28. I am Lindsay, or whatever you call me. A nuisance. Yep, that's me. I totally lost my train of thought. I wasn't talking about anything. Okay. So you have a nice weekend. Mom, hopefully she doesn't chicken out. We'll see you on Monday. So with that, I shall say good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever time it is that you're watching this. If you're watching it on Monday after the weekend, well then I hope you've had a good weekend. And this is totally getting like really philosophical and theoretical. So before I make your brain hurt even more, bye.